Hey, shalom, shalom. Start for souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to Apostle GMS and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. Right, this is on International Women's Day was yesterday. A whole bunch of bollocks, whole bunch of shit. So I'm just gonna cover this real quick. Brothers at GMS San Francisco, basically did a video saying how in the kingdom, right, it ain't gonna be no such thing as International Women's Day, man. Right, because that's vanity. That's something that Esau set up, to fuck up, all these women's rights, man. To fuck up, the very fabric of the earth, the very thing that the Most High, set up, right. And that a woman is below a man, right. That is biology. That is, and that is nature, right. So I'm going to start off with the scripture because this is actually prophesied, right? This is Jeremiah 31:22. It says, "How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man," right? And you see that in every day, man. Hey, Esau's trying to make it now impossible to basically talk to a woman, right? She can claim harassment, or, in England, they're trying to basically make unwanted attention. Basically, you go drop some game, or you whistle at a girl or whatever. Which a brother, one of the elders in our camp, basically made the point: people in London don't do that anyway. So where are they getting this idea from? Where are they getting this? What do you call it? Where are they getting this notion from? Right, basically showing you it's all bullshit, and that they are, it's one of their crafty counsels, right? It's Psalm 64, right? This is Psalms 64 and 2. Says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," right? This is talking about the Illuminati, right? It's not the Illuminati in a secret council, and are they not, the wicked, right? So hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? So the Illuminati have gotten together and they've basically come up with these plans, right? And it's as part of a secret council, man, right? It says, so I'm just gonna go through. I got a lot in Isaiah here. I'm gonna get Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" Right? So it says, surely you're turning of things upside down, which is what we see. Everything's been turned on its head, right? The law is such that a man is the head of the house. In fact, let me look for that. Thou husband, Numbers. That's right. Right, so this is basically, you can read all of it, right? Because there's two cases here, right? So this is Numbers 30, and I'm gonna start from 2. Actually, it says, "If a man vow unto the Lord, unto Yahweh, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word, and he shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth." Right? And you see that? And that's the end of that. There's no ifs or buts, right? If a man's word is final. Right, so, but verse 3 goes on to say, though, "If a woman also vow unto Yahweh, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father should hold his peace, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand." Right, so basically saying, look, her father hears his daughter make a vow, and he doesn't. He basically is like, "Alright, cool. I'm down with that. She can do what. She can keep that vow, right?" Then there's no issue there. However, if he says, "Nah," it says, which it goes on to say, "But if a father disallow her in that day that he heareth," right? Then basically, he has the power to make her vows null and void, right? Go and show you that. Basically, what the law is saying is, these bitches can't be trusted, man. It can't be trusted to, make things like vows. Such that if a man hears it, whether it's her husband or her dad, he has the power to annul it. Right? Because, women are silly. Right, this is verse 10. It says, and if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it and held his peace, and disallow her not, then all her vows shall stand. Right, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband hath utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceedeth out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband hath made them void, and Yahweh shall forgive her. I'm basically saying, like, once again, the man has power over anything that she says. So I read that. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. Right? So basically saying, yo, look, the Lord is the one that set everything up, but Esau was basically going around trying to say the Lord had no understanding when he was setting everything up. Right? It's Isaiah 10:1. Right, you see these old school ones, man. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And who's doing that right now? Who's writing all the laws? Right, you can go to those African countries, but they're still for the most part bound by the laws, of the IMF. The IMF will say, oh, we can't give you any aid, unless you keep, you get down with this or you get down with that. That's one of the ways Esau's been able to spread his poison throughout all the earth, right? It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right, and all of these things about men, women equal, men, how homosexuals are equal. That's an unrighteous decree, but that's what you get out of it. Because when you actually look at you look at some of the work of these women's right, these feminists, they're all about that general equality. Right, you got the term also, because they're all about that general equality, men and women, men and homosexuals, this, that, and the other. So it's all a hot fucking mess. And as the brothers say, man, that ain't gonna be observed in the kingdom, because this is the work of the wicked, work of the devil. Right, this is Micah 2. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Right, basically saying, look, woe means destruction, right? It says, destruction to them that devise iniquity is not what we're talking about. Iniquity, is it not wickedness? Is it not an evil, right? And then when they get the chance, they put it into play. They'll have a plan and they'll be like, look, this is what we're going to do, right? And then they'll put it into play. But when it goes on to say, because it's in the power of the hand, because who else can take them? Who else can stop them apart from Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, right? But this is now going on the other side, right? Because as a point the brother was making, is in the kingdom we ain't going to be having no International Women's Day. It's madness, right? It's Isaiah 32:2 says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land, right? So in the time that is to come, read Daniel, the 12th chapter, talks about a time like never before seen on earth, right? It says that, it says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, right? Basically meaning that man is going to be the one that's going to be protecting, because right now man is just this disposable thing. He's just a dick to bounce on for these women, and Esau has made it such, right? But in that day, a man, and more so an Israelite man of the elect, right, he's going to be the the only in fact, let me get that. No, it says 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. I'm gonna start from verse 11. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Right, you look up that word subjection, hypertage G5292. Right, it says subjection, the act of subjection, obedience, subjecting, right? These women are going to be in complete subjection in that day, right? And they ain't supposed to usurp, as it goes on to say, verse 12 says, but I suffer not a woman to teach. So, you got these women teachers, these women pastors, that's completely against the scriptures, right? It says, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. So a woman ain't above the man. The man is the head of the house, right? It says, for Adam was not, and any man is above any woman, right? says, verse 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, and if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. Right? So basically saying, look, a woman is saved by being with a man of the Lord. And that's it. It's not technically, it doesn't mean you actually have to have children with the woman. Right? But basically, if that, as Apostle Tar put it, if she's with you but when the chariot's there and you're a man of the Lord, she gonna be saved with you, right? But that's an if, right? Because a friend is not known in prosperity, as the scripture had said. Right? You might think your woman's good, but this is good times. But as soon as you're like, she might say, you use the house for the Passover, we'll be upstairs, or she may give you, act the part of a good Israelite woman. But when her belly's empty, when these things that you tell her actually come to pass, then you'll see whether she's with you, right? So in the main point, there's a woman to assert authority over the man, to learn, with all subjection, right? Obviously you got to honor your mother, and I'm not saying you just disrespectful to your mother, but scripture say, honor thy mother and thy father, right? Also you got Sarah, Abraham, Lord, how's it spelled? Right. It says 1 Peter 3:6. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Right. So, these, you have these Israelite sisters, quote unquote, they're like, daughters of Sarah. Sarah called Abraham Lord. Unless you're willing to do that, then first and foremost, that's us as a straight cut to the fact that you ain't, you ain't what I'm looking for, daughters of Sarah, which you are, right? As the scripture has just said. But you get my sentiment. They'll try and act as if they're Sarah herself, right? So even as Sarah called him, so in the kingdom, man, these women are going to be in subjection. And as the brother say, ain't going to be no International Women's Day, right? Miss Mother Goddess Heaven worship, right? So Isaiah 4:1 says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. And that's 7 is representative of a complete amount of women, right? Take hold of one man, and that's a man of the Lord. Right, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. But he's saying that we won't be a burden to you, right? Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Basically, let us be under your banner. They take care of. Basically, they're saying we won't be a nuisance. We'll bring our food. We'll do this. Just protect us. In that day, man, there's going to be a lot of hell going on. Right, in fact, I believe it's in here. I'm going to read Isaiah 13, this verse 16. It says, their children all shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Right? To violate, to ravish. Where's my dictionary here? To seize, right? A person, special one, basically to rape, man. That's basically what that's saying. Right, but I'm going to read verse 12. Shua came, says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? And just to wrap things up, says 1 Corinthians 11:3, says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach. So the head of the man is a Mashiach, is Yahweh Shai. Right? And the head of the woman is the man. Right, it's basically saying a woman is below the man is the head. Right, it says, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. Once proven to you also that the Yahweh and Yahweh and Yahweh are 2 different entities. Right, but Lord's will, you've been edified, and as always, I'm gonna end with saying Shalom.